Hi, I'm Gable Collings, Practical Astrological Advisor at Within Reach Astrology. In this video, I'm going to be exploring Elvis Presley's birth chart with a focus on happiness and health. So this video will be explaining the astrological reasons behind Elvis Presley's dissatisfaction and health problems, and what he could have done to fix them. This isn't my first celebrity birth chart analysis video, but it is my first video on this new channel. I'll talk more about that towards the end of the video. So here we have Elvis Presley's birth chart, and the house we're going to be looking at today is his first house of health and happiness. If you want to experience physical health and vitality, and/or you want to experience true fulfillment and satisfaction in your life, you need to maintain your first house. So we can see here that Elvis Presley had Sagittarius rising, which means Jupiter ruled his first house. And we can see here that his Jupiter was in Scorpio, which is a fixed water sign. This means he had a fixed approach to his health and happiness. When you have a fixed approach to a certain area of your life, it means that you're mostly concerned about the future. In Elvis's case, this likely indicates that he wanted to ensure that he could sustain a feeling of happiness and fulfillment in the long term. A real benefit of having a fixed approach is that you see the bigger picture. But a major downside to having a fixed approach is that you don't stop to see how far you've come, and therefore you can feel like you've made no progress and you should just give up. The best way to deal with this is to keep track of your progress. This can be difficult when it comes to things like happiness and fulfillment. But for example, with physical health, Elvis could have kept track of certain healthy habits and checked in with that progress regularly. The fixed approach really loves small, consistent actions over a long period of time. So something as simple as noting daily exercise in a habit tracker and looking back on that every week or every few weeks could be enough to inspire them to maintain that progress and remind them that they are getting closer to their goals. Scorpio is also a water sign, so something else that Elvis could try to help him feel healthier and happier is to generate water fuel on a regular basis. Just a few ways that you can generate water fuel include drinking a glass of water, enjoying a warm shower, or remembering a pleasant memory about being near a lake, river, or ocean. The most important thing about generating elemental fuel is your intention behind it. I personally need water fuel for a lot of different areas of my life. And my favorite way to generate water fuel is to pour myself a glass of water, hold the glass in my hands, and infuse the water with my intention. So in Elvis's case, I would recommend that he infuses his glasses of water with health and happiness. And then he can drink the water, imagining it as a sort of health and happiness elixir. One interesting thing to note here is that because of the way Elvis's birth chart is set up, he would have to generate 4 times the amount of water fuel he thinks he needs in order to feel healthy and happy. When this happens in a chart, it indicates that that area of life is most likely to be a problem area for that person. Because they have to put in so much more effort in order to move ahead, they are much more likely to feel stuck and unmotivated. But this doesn't mean it's impossible for them to experience ease and success in that area of their life. It just means that it's going to take a lot more commitment and effort for them. One more thing I wanted to note about the first house is that it also represents your avatar, or the image you present to the world. This, of course, is another thing that Elvis really struggled with, and I could go a lot deeper into this by exploring his Sun in Capricorn and his 10th house ruler, his Mercury in Capricorn. If you'd be interested in watching an entire video on that subject, let me know in the comments below. I also noticed that the ruler of Elvis's first house, his Jupiter in Scorpio, is in his 12th house. This means that activities that help him learn more about his subconscious patterns can also generate the fuel he needs to experience physical health and satisfaction in his life. These activities can be things like meditation, journaling, introspection, and therapy. The ruler of Elvis's first house, which is his Jupiter in Scorpio, also rules his fourth house. The fourth house represents the foundation of your life. So when you don't have enough fourth house fuel, it's almost impossible for you to move ahead in any other area of your life. It can feel like the world is crumbling around you and you have nothing to cling on to. For Elvis Presley, it was particularly important that he maintained his fourth house because of its connection to his first house. If the foundation of his life was disturbed in any way, it could cause health problems or a distinct lack of happiness, enjoyment, and fulfillment, and vice versa. If he wasn't taking good care of his health, the foundation of his life would suffer. This means that if he wasn't feeling well physically, or really enjoying his life, he wouldn't be able to succeed or feel in control in any other area of his life. So in summary, if Elvis Presley was a client of mine and he wanted to work on improving his physical health and feeling more fulfilled by his life, I would suggest that he focus on consciously generating water fuel and actively exploring his subconscious. I would also encourage him to focus on the progress that he has made, and I would bring this up in each of our sessions. If he was a longer-term client and wanted to go even deeper, I might also explore some ways that he could stabilize the foundation of his life to support his physical well-being and overall happiness. Another area that I could go a lot deeper into is Elvis's 7th house of relationships and his marriage blueprint. The marriage blueprint is an astrological representation of your perception of your parents and their relationship. And emphasis on perception here. It's not necessarily how your parents' relationship really was, it's just how it seemed to you when you were very young, before you even knew how to speak. And that perception is the blueprint that your own marriage or committed romantic relationships is based on. So if you'd like me to make another video on Elvis's approach to relationships, his marriage blueprint, as well as his compatibility with Priscilla, let me know in the comments below. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this isn't my first celebrity birth chart analysis. After the infamous slap at the 94th Academy Awards, I made 3 celebrity birth chart analysis videos, one on Will Smith, one on Chris Rock, and one on Jada Pinkett Smith. In the birth chart analysis video on Jada, I explored her approach to relationships and how that related to Will's approach. You'll be able to find links to all 3 of those videos in the cards as well as in the description box of this video. Those videos are on my other channel, which is now reserved for edits and other fun videos. This channel is my official astrology channel, so all my future astrology videos will be on this channel. So if you're interested in practical astrology and birth chart analysis like these ones, be sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and let me know what you'd like to see more of in the comments. Are there any other celebrities that you'd like me to do a birth chart analysis on? Are there any questions you have for me as a practical astrological advisor? I would love to hear your suggestions. And if you're interested in how practical astrology can help you, I will have the best ways to contact me in the description box of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you again on this channel sometime soon.